And here we go into the next tournament. Trying to speed roll through these. So this is supposed to be FMW. This is supposed to be Michinoku Pro. That was WCW, but I guess that's now it's New Japan, I'm assuming. But yeah, let's do the FMW one. Let's hope it's quicker. Trying to blaze through these. Alright. It's FMW and wrestling and romance, so that's why fucking Tenryu and Koji Katao are in these brackets. But it's mostly FMW because it has fucking Tarzan, Goto, Onita, Sabu, and goddamn Hayabusa. It just has two people from romance and wrestling because they're the only famous ones from romance and wrestling. I don't know many people from romance and wrestling other than Tenryu and Koji. I'm sure I would be surprised at the names that were there. But to my knowledge, War was never good. That'd be a good journey of wrestling to play, is like try to make War take over Japan. I should specifically say romance and wrestling, not like actual war in Japan. I will say I want to get the Steam version, but from what I heard, there's actually things missing in the Steam version. And I was hoping it'd be the opposite. There'd be more there. But it's also like some of the modes that I like to play on the regular version, the browser version, don't have, like, they haven't been updated in a while. So they're not exactly correct. Like, my favorite is the death of WCW, or it's like the death of WCW or the WCW lives on or something like that. And I love that one, and I made Sean O'Hare like a world beater in that one, and it was like my top guys were like, we were killing it. We actually bought out what company did we buy out? Was it ECW? I think it was ECW because I got fucking Steve Carino out of it, who was another main guy. My 4 horsemen. Oh my god. Oh, that save. I think I lost it though, because I haven't played it in a while. I went into the cloud, but my save, that save had the 4 horsemen were Ric Flair, I think Arn Anderson, I pulled him out of retirement. And then the other 2 horsemen were AJ Styles and Steve Carino. I was like, this is a fucking baller horseman team. Oh my god. Kimchi. But oh my god, my fucking top guys. I had Mike Awesome. I built him back up to prominence. Masato Tanaka, Sean O'Hare, I think Jindrak was a top guy for a bit. I reunited Jindrak and O'Hare. I think I traded Chuck Palumbo away for someone cool. Jindrak and O'Hare were up there. Did I get like Steve Austin somehow? Or am I misremembering? I'm trying to remember this save because it was cool as hell. Welcome back, Miner. We're fighting Koji Kitao, ex-Yokozuna, who did not deserve the title of Yokozuna because he never... It's a whole story. At the time in Japan, there weren't a lot of Yokozunas, but a lot of Osekis. So, in the sumo world, they had to boost somebody up, and they boosted him. It was undeserving, and he was like a fucking asshole in the sumo world. Come on, get close. Thank you. Look up Koji Kitao if you're interested in the actual story. It's so... I think he hits a promoter's, sumo promoter's wife, and that's how he gets kicked out of sumo. And he didn't wrestle a fucking match in, as a Yokozuna. And he's like considered one of the worst Yokozunas in the history of sumo. He's dead now, sadly. I think when I say he hits the promoter's wife, I think it was like he was swinging at the promoter and he kind of like slipped and accidentally hit her, but still he tried to swing on a fucking sumo promoter. Sumo is a crazy sport. Like, we joke about it here in America and probably other places, but it's fucking nuts. Like, you think like, oh, it's just fat guys slapping each other around. No. It's big old boys tossing each other and throwing each other. It's pretty fucking intense. I want to do a back grapple. Back spinning. Oh, Jesus. By the way, if you don't know what Oseki is, there's ranks and... Wait. Get up on the Hydra's back. Thanks, Nightmare. Remember a serious conversation about sumo here, and you want to reference a little kid's game? You want to talk about Disney World? What's next? You gotta talk about Fortnite? Fucking, I love that. That was probably one of my favorite promos in like recent WWE history. Is so Randy Orton is like, as in 2 weeks. 2 weeks of what? I don't get what you're referencing. So Randy Orton, who's like one of the top stars in WWE. Fortnite is 2 weeks. Oh, I was referencing the game. So, to explain that, why I brought up Fortnite is there's an up-and-coming wrestler in WWE right now. There's a game called... Weimer, are you fucking with me? You gotta be fucking with me, because there's no way you've never heard of Fortnite. Yes, I'm fuck you. The problem is, like, you also, then again, it is an old movie, but it's a legendary movie. You were also like confused at what fucking Forrest Gump was. Anyways, Carmelo Hayes, he's talking about Randy Orton, and Randy Orton's one of the top stars, legendary. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer in WWE. Randy Orton was out for a week, or not a week, but he was out for a while with an injury, and he's like, what, you gonna give a title shot to Randy Orton, the guy who's been sitting on his couch playing Fortnite all this time? And Randy Orton comes up behind him, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Fortnite's a kid's game. I was playing Elden Ring. It's such a good fucking bit. And then the internet did what they did, where like Carmel Hayes does that, and then Elden Ring boss music plays as Randy Orton shows up, and he's like, Fortnite's for kids, man. I was playing Elden Ring. Such a good fucking promo. It gives me a kick every time I see it. In fact, after I beat this tournament at Weimar, if you're still around, I will literally pull up YouTube and play it on stream. Fortnite's for kids. I was playing Elden Ring. Like, yeah, listen, I get you. I was on my couch playing video games for all that time. But don't get it twisted. I was playing Elden Ring. You know what? Sure what? You want to watch that? I've never played Fortnite either. I refuse to play it. I got excited for Fortnite when the first trailer came out. And then, like, it looked like it was going to be like a zombie survival shooter game. Kind of like Left 4 Dead. It was like, oh, the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. And then they changed the game mid-production to this fucking Battle Royale shooter. And now it has, like, shit that I think is cool. Like, I like the skins that come out for it. Like, the Marvel and DC skins and the anime skins. But at the same time, I refuse to play it because fucking... I hate every Fortnite streamer. I think most of them are assholes. It sounds like it. They cater to kids, and I hate... The only thing... I remember when Fortnite came out, I said, in reality, I love Fortnite because it got all the kids off fucking Overwatch. So I can play Overwatch without fucking dealing with babies. Yeah, most of the Fortnite. I hated that Ninja got fucking big off of playing Fortnite, and he seems like the least, like the only thing that like stands out about him is the fact that he dyes his hair. Like, he is the most uncharismatic, boring fucking guy to watch. Or he's screaming, and people are like, "Oh, but he's kind of wholesome." It's like, no, he's not. Do you hear him screaming like obscenities at the top of his fucking lungs? Oh, are you talking about people in your actual school that played Fortnite? Because growing up, that's what... Growing up, if you played Call of Duty and, fucking Madden, you weren't allowed to call yourself a gamer to me. Back when I was in high school, that's where those were the two games that were like... By the way, this is Onita that I'm kicking the ass of right now. Those are the two games that had dickheads who played it.
1, 2, 3.
You grew up playing Call of Duty? Here's the thing, I don't have a problem with Call of Duty now, but you gotta think, I am older than you significantly. Not that significantly. I'm not that much older. Don't do that. But when I was growing up, not growing up, but when I was in high school, the PS4 I don't even think was even out yet. It was Xbox 360 and PS3. So the games everybody played were Madden Football and Call of Duty. Now I'm curious to ask how many years older. 12. If my math is right. Because I think I know your age from last time we played. I'm 30. 30. Yep. I'm not young anymore. Don't say it. Don't say it all caps. You're 30? Holy shit.
What?
Oh my god, you're old as fuck. Hello, Tarzan Goto. You're gonna get your ass kicked. 30. Yes, that's right. I am 40. Another fucking wrestling clip. God damn it. I can't escape wrestling memes. 30. I think Ren's older than me. Respecting mid-20s. Someone I work with thought I was 18. I wish I was still in my mid-20s. I wish the world was not behind me. By the way, I got a new chair. Like, your voice screams... Well, I mean, I turned 30 this year. I mean... What does a 30-year-old sound like? I could be a father. What does that mean? He's old. He's a father. Dude, I could be a father. You could be a father at 16. I could have a child right now. Weimar logic is fun. He's a father. Now, if you said he's a grandfather, then I would have been like, yeah, he's old. Ah, damn it. Tarzan Goto. So, fun fact. So, the guy I was fighting last time in the jeans, his name is Onita. He actually, it was very funny, Rin, finding out I was 18. He said, oh god, you're young enough to where I could be your father. I mean, never mind. I was gonna say you're still young enough where I could be your father, but then I would have been 12 years old when you were conceived. So never mind. Or wait, no. Yes, never mind. You turned 19 this year. Well, I mean, considering how fucked up the world is, you never know. You never know why, Mare. Come on, Goto, get closer. What was I saying about Tarzan Goto? Yeah, now I remember. Onita, the guy I was facing before this, in the jeans. He started and runs FMW and was their top star. He's also fucked in the head. FMW was an extreme wrestling promotion, which means barbed wire, laying the fucking, like, they went to the extreme. They lit themselves on fucking fire. There's some crazy moments that almost killed people in that promotion, but Onita always had weird ideas. He wanted to bring in Invader number 2, which is the man who killed Bruiser Brody, to do a fucking promotion where he was fighting him in honor of Brody, and Invader would admit to killing Bruiser Brody. Invader was okay with this. The Japanese media was not, so it never happened. The Japanese were like, no, we love Brody. He worked in our company, like, he did wrestling in Japan for so long and never left us. Do not fuck Brody like that. Do not spit on the name of a dead legend. So he ended up not doing that. But his other idea for Tarzan Goto was, have you ever heard of Om Shinrikyo? They were a cult in Japan that were killing people. They were fucked up. And this was right around the time that they were, like, still going, I think. And Onita had the great idea. He told Tarzan Goto, hey, And by the way, Tarzan Goto was like his main rival, who never got to win because, I mean, Onita owned the company, so Onita decided Onita will win no matter what, and not build up any stars, except for Hayabusa, who got built up because Hayabusa was cool and people liked him. But Onita was not happy about that either. But anyway, what was I saying? Goto, he goes up to Goto and he's like, I have a great idea. Your new gimmick is you're Om Shinrikyo member, and I'm going to fight you. And Goto's, not surprisingly, said, fuck you, I am out. That's the last straw. And Goto left the company. And I don't blame him, because I'll be in many things in wrestling. Murdering terrorist? No. One, two. And that's a true story, by the way. I found that story out recently. That is so fucking crazy. Like, Onita is a crazy fucker, and for the most part, whenever I heard stories of him, other than the Brody one's disgusting to me, no matter what. This one is too. But I always heard the crazy Onita stories and laughed them off like, oh, Onita's insane. A lunatic that smells his own farts and thinks they smell like flowers. But that one and the fucking Bruiser Brody story fucking took me off guard. I was like, holy shit, is he stupid? Like, how do you not see like that idea and go, that is terrible? But Onita wanted to be the conquering hero no matter what. And taking down a terrorist that's killing people in Japan, he thought would look very good for him. Even though the Japanese people probably will recognize that, you know, Tarzan Goto has been wrestling for many years. For FMW, he's probably not a member of Om Shinrikyo. And even if they did buy into that, fucking that puts Tarzan Goto in such a dangerous position where someone might actually try to hurt him.
1, 2, 3.
But yeah, he's now defeated by Lord Steven Regal. A fierce fight. But yeah, I heard that story like 2 weeks ago. Shit, headphones. And I remember going like, dude, that is insane. Why? Why would you do that? Why would that idea come to your brain? Hayabusa, who is now Habanero, even though he's not, he's Japanese, not Latino at all. Hayabusa's rad. Hayabusa's probably in my top 10 or 5 wrestlers from Japan. Especially male wrestlers, I should say. A lot of Joshi wrestlers that are like too. Nice, good luck, takeover. Off the ropes. Into the ropes. Which, the funny thing, remember that Tarzan ghost story I told you guys just a couple minutes ago? Funny thing is that no one Well, there was nothing to learn because it never happened, but you can kind of see how that would have went down for him if he actually went through with it, just by looking at the Muhammad Hassan controversies. Muhammad Hassan was a Italian man, I think, realistically, but he played an Arab American wrestler called Muhammad Hassan in WWE. And the gimmick originally was him and his friend Davari were tired of being discriminated against. This is post 9/11 for being of their heritage. And they were bad guys, but nothing ever came of it where it was like, we are part of the terror. It was more like, you guys treat me different because I look like the people who did 9/11, and I don't like that. But then one day they said, let's have Muhammad Hassan face The Undertaker. Let's have Muhammad Hassan have guys in balaclavas come out and knock the fuck out of The Undertaker and carry Davari out, like, very religiously. Let's make Muhammad Hassan look like a terrorist. And immediately after that happened, they got a letter from, I don't think it was like the, maybe it was the American networks, but I think it was mostly the UK networks that were like, you get that fucker off our screen. He is never allowed to come back. You can do your pay-per-view match, but Muhammad Hassan is done. Immediately after that happened, it, like, because at the time, and they could have never known this happened, like, because at the time, like, I think like the same week of the London bombings happened, and we're against Karl Gotch. I wonder if he probably doesn't have a portrait because he doesn't work for WWE, but. And that was the whole sparking of the controversy where they were like, we see this guy, he has a terrorist group with him beating up The Undertaker. Which the group showed up after he prayed, which is even more fucked up. God, I'm just saying, like, if Tarzan Goto would have went ahead with the, oh yeah, I'll play a character who's a terrorist cult leader, that would have probably went down the same way in Japan. They probably would have been like, Tarzan Goto is not allowed to wrestle again. I grew up watching that, by the way. I was a kid when that happened. And I never got... Because the next week, they had Muhammad Hassan's lawyer, who was Tommaso Ciampa, in a suit, come out and make a statement because he couldn't be on TV anymore. And that was the build-up to... That was the not blow-off, but the... last thing they did with it before the match at pay-per-view, where Undertaker basically chokeslammed him through the stage and essentially killed him off the show because he wasn't coming back after that. They literally, the networks were like, he is not allowed, which is fucked up. He did not decide that that was going to be his wrestling gimmick. Vince McMahon did. He also, I find it funny that Davari never got that treatment. He was allowed back. Davari would then go on to be the manager for Great Khali and Kurt Angle and many other people, and he would have an even more fucked up gimmick in TNA. and have fucked up theme music, but Muhammad Hassan kind of lost his whole career after that moment. Which, again, I said, a little unfair to the guy. He was just doing his job, just doing what the man told him to do. And I'm not going to say that the networks were wrong for feeling that way. But, I mean, they could have said, listen, the gimmick of Muhammad Hassan's done. Repackage him. He's actually an Italian. Just call him Marco Stamboli or some shit. I don't know. What was his actual name? What was Muhammad Hassan's actual name? Because I know that was like the big thing that when I was like in the internet, I found out Muhammad Hassan was actually Italian. I was like, what? That's crazy.
1, 2, 3.
I figured you wouldn't have to rebuy 76 to play with me. Muhammad Hassan. Mark Capani was his name. They could have just repackaged him as Mark Capani. They could have just had him come out, Italian flag. Yo, what's up? Figured I would double check because Dead by Daylight doesn't have crossplay between Microsoft Store and Steam. That's weird. Then again, Dead by Daylight is ran by shitty idiots. Nope. Carl Gotch does not have a special painting because he was not hired by WWF at the time. He's actually, I think he's dead at the time because he's old as shit. Quite a few games are like that as well. Oh, I didn't know that. I would assume if you're playing it through a PC, you could play with other PC players. I wouldn't understand why that's not a thing. Anyways,